several maids painted a man all over with gold powder and then covered his original face with a mask. And this was the Battle of the Golden Mask that countless people loved to talk about, because the Roman noblewoman Licinia had taken a fancy to Spartacus. She wanted to experience the charm of the champion gladiator of Capua herself, but she was worried that the matter would be exposed and reach her husband's ears. When Lucretia saw that Licinia was hesitant, she immediately suggested hiding her identity with a mask. In this way, everything would be foolproof. When Quintus learned about this, he was extremely excited, because Licinia was the sister of the richest man in Rome. As long as he could form a connection with such a powerful figure, he could restore his family's prestige. However, Lucretia was worried that Spartacus might be rusty in his duels with women due to a long period without such encounters.
But it's been many months since he last lay with a woman. After such a time, his passion might be all too brief.
Just as the two were discussing what to do, Lucretia saw the maid Mira carrying wine. In an instant, she came up with a solution. Nevertheless, Spartacus felt that this was an insult to him and unhesitatingly drove Mira out of the room. The next day, when Lucretia learned that nothing had happened between the two, she angrily warned Mira that if she failed to win over Spartacus, she should commit suicide as an apology. In order to save her life, Mira tried again, but was still refused by Spartacus.
What do you think will happen if I fail such a command?
Stay there. On the floor.
Although Mira had slept on the floor all night, she dared not tell Lucretia the truth. She could only tell her mistress that she had completed the task. A few days later, when Ilithyia heard that her good sister was going to hold a masquerade ball, she immediately expressed her desire to attend. Driven by jealousy and the urge to compete, she demanded the same treatment as Licinia and then specifically named Crixus to participate. Seeing her beloved Cress being favored by Lygia, Lydia was furious, but she couldn't afford to offend the forces behind the other party, so she had to agree. Soon, the time for the masquerade ball arrived. Spartacus was painted all over with gold powder and then put on a mask to hide his identity. At this moment, another main character made her entrance. She wore a silver mask and waited for the moment of excitement. When she saw Spartacus' figure, she was deeply attracted and then walked into the dance floor without hesitation. However, not long after the performance began, Lucretia suddenly burst into the scene. The two who were unaware of her arrival were shocked. When they lifted their masks, they found that the other person was their sworn enemy.